Hey, listen. Welcome to Brother from Another. They may have said Holy Toledo on the Raiders broadcast. I guess on every broadcast, there was a very sanitized version of what people were thinking, what people were feeling. But Holy Toledo is low down on the list, especially if you're in New England. Hey, welcome to Brother from Another. We appreciate you no matter how you're consuming the show. We really do. Whether you're watching on Peacock TV, whether you're listening on SiriusXM, Channel 85, watching on YouTube, listening to your favorite podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, we love when you check for us, and so we will try to deliver for you today. Got a fun show coming up, but I wanted to start there for a couple of reasons. And let's put that feed item up. The feed item I got to say I'm proud of this. I got to tell you, look, I got to take you behind the curtain on why I called the feed item what I did. The Patriots post-dynasty program, parts 1 and 2. Can I tell you, can I confess a little trivial thing here? I put parts 1 and 2 because I was listening. I spent the whole weekend listening to the Isley Brothers. And all their songs were like parts 1 and 2. Footsteps in the Dark, parts 1 and 2. Fight the Power, parts 1 and 2. That Lady, parts 1 and 2. I was like, hey, I got to put parts 1 and 2 in a feed item, even if it doesn't make sense. But in this case, it does make sense. Because not only parts 1 and 2 for the Patriots dynasty, post-dynasty, it's probably, I could go 25, 30 parts on it. There's a lot to consider. And I think it's interesting, and this conversation has to be had, it's interesting that the New England Patriots are responsible for one of the dumbest plays in the history of football. Now, that would be like, I don't know where you went to high school, but that would be like your valedictorian. The valedictorian from your high school doing the dumbest stuff you've ever heard of. Like, if somebody says, you know, you won't believe some of this, something just went down the other day. It was so stupid. And it was so-and-so. Now, everybody got a picture in your head of who that would be from your high school. Somebody, if something dumb happens, you say, oh, I know who did that. But the Patriots have never been that. The Patriots haven't been that team for a generation. So it is really significant that this team, the straight A student, the smart kids, we know more than you do. We prepared for it before you even thought of it. That team, the team that has specials, Do Your Job, part 1, 2, and 3, to keep the Isley Brothers theme going, would have a stupid play. And I just wanted to just really speak on what it's supposed to be once you go through a dynasty. What's supposed to happen on the other side of that? And I think that's what the Patriots are experiencing right now, and you have a variety of opinions. If you're in New England like I am, you hear people saying things like, hey, it's time for Bill Belichick to go. He's just holding on. He's not the same without Tom Brady. They need a fresh start. I mean, this is talk we haven't heard in New England since Bill Belichick took the job in January of 2000. So we're almost talking about 23 years ago, on the verge of 23 years ago. I want to give you a couple of things here, just so we can put this whole conversation in context, to know where we were and understand where we are now with the Patriots. At one point, the Patriots had a streak going, a division title streak of 17 division titles in 19 years. 17 division titles in 19 years. In the 2 years, check this, in the 2 years that they didn't win the division, they tied for it. So 1 year, 2002, they don't win it. They're 9-7, and the division winner was the Jets. They were 9-7. Another year, 2008, they don't win it. They were 11-5, and the division winner, Miami, was 11-5. This is a team, an organization that has been so confident, some say arrogant, that when they finished a regular season, first time in NFL history, somebody went 16-0 in the regular season. They had a banner up, 16-0 regular season. Then they took it down. They took down the banner because they were embarrassed that 16-0, that the postscript came with a loss in the Super Bowl to the Giants. So they were too above hanging a 16-0 banner in their stadium, the only team in football that could say something like that. And I'll tell you, I'll make it personal. Here's a personal story. So I got 3 kids. We have 3 kids. I didn't deliver them. I was there. I didn't deliver them. But we have 3 kids. And so the middle one was born in 2010. That means every year of his life, the Patriots were in the divisional playoffs or conference championship game for the first 8 years of his life. First 8 years of his life, it was divisional playoffs or conference championship game. It got to the point, I remember he was like 5 or 6 years old, and he said to me in September, this is like first day of school. We're driving to school, and he says, hey, Daddy, are you going to the Super Bowl again this year? I said, well, you know, son, it depends on the Patriots go. You know, this is not, you know, not guaranteed that they go to the Super Bowl. And she said, oh, yes, it is guaranteed. Yes, it is. It's guaranteed, because that's all he knew. As a matter of fact, he was a part of a NBC Sports Boston did this little video with 8 and 9-year-olds. So this is when he was 8, and they had been in 8 straight conference championship games. So the whole bit was these 8-year-olds, that's all they know. Patriots in the conference championship. And a 9-year-old says, oh, y'all spoiled. It wasn't always like this. So I just want to set that context for you to see where we are now. They're 7-7. They have a bottom 10 offense. People are talking about Belichick maybe past his time on the job. What do we do with this? Are they really a bad organization? Or is it just relative to what they were? I would suggest Shalise Manza-Young, who's a perfect one to talk about this, because she knows, she covered the Patriots. She has been in this area, so she knows where I'm coming from. I would suggest, Shalise, that this is just what normal life is for most NFL teams. You know, you go into every Sunday and you have no idea what's going to happen. Your team could play great. Your team could suck. You're fighting for a playoff spot. You're in the playoff mix. You're on the outside looking in. You're a lot of hand wringing, hoping that your team can do it on this Sunday. How do you assess where the Patriots are now when the dynasty is clearly over and they've got a new frontier to explore? Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.